Yep. Dracont said, okay, balance told me to go with 3 minutes spec delay. Metal said, why make it 3 minutes when you can make it 30 minutes? Make it 10 minutes like Eddie, said someone else. Go rated, says Metal. Need 2.1k. Dracont says, it is. And Metal says, no, for points. I mean, these guys are already starting. This is great. All right, guys, here we are in game one with two very interesting players. And wow, interesting civs as well. In the blue, we have Dracont playing as the Turks. And in the red is Metal. It doesn't say Metal on the name, just so you know, but it says Metal. And he's playing as the Japanese. Both of these guys are decent arena players, but
I'm here
Metal
for
is
my
known.
recommended daily salt.
Thank you, Ice Cream. Metal is known as, I think, a better arena player. There's been a lot of trash talk.
That's all he plays is arena. So
Exactly.
Metal is familiar with the strategies here. An interesting thing about this game, it is played on X patch. So you can see right here, all the relic distribution is even, and the bases are fairly even as well, which you don't get in standard arena.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted to touch on, and Dave just went right away with it. No more Geodude maps, I suppose, or it won't be as bad, because those big spaces you'll find in the back of some of the bases won't be as unfair like we've seen in previous games in Masters of Arena 3 and things like that. And there have been other changes with X patch, but that's the idea with this. I believe I forgot to take off dashboard, Dave, so if you have overlay, it should be working. I don't think my dashboard's going to work. What is Metal doing right now with this villager?
So Metal's going out. He's gonna. Is he gonna kill his boar near the wall? No, he's gonna lame his deer.
He's
laming the deer.
But what about laming Dracont's boar, which is right next to the wall?
Has he seen it though?
He has scouted it. So again, guys, these guys hate each other. They hate each other, and that's why this best of 9 is so interesting. A Metal sending a villager forward, and interestingly enough, also luring in some deer at the same time, which takes a lot of skill. And he's just lamed the deer. So I think if you look at the civilizations, it's interesting, but Dracont should have a decent advantage as Turks if he goes with Janissaries in the Castle Age or even Fast Imps. It's going to be hard for Metal, especially with lack of space in his base, but you never know. What are you thinking, Dave?
I think Metal has the advantage on every single one of these games because he's been playing arena solely for a long time. And like the last set that they had, he was clearly had an advantage strategy wise, whereas Dracont would go for the booms more.
Yeah.
So I think Japanese is a very good arena civ. You can get off to a good start with the cheap mills and cheap lumber camps and whatnot, and you have really good monks. So we'll see how this pans out here, but I think Japs is a good one to counter the Turk threat in arena.
Yeah, with the monks, you're right. Yeah, the monks can turn it around. It's interesting that both players have the same amount of space. There's not a lot to talk about. Both players have the relics outside their bases, and it's so
the
fair.
relic from Dracont is stuck in the stone, so he can't get that.
Oh wow, I didn't see that. So
Yeah.
much for being fair. Yeah, that sucks. He's gonna have to cut his way to
X
that.
patch, fair maps. Yeah.
Yeah, way to go.
Let's go. Great patch. But
with so little space, I think they'll struggle a bit to boom.
Yeah, no, there's no back area, so it makes it very interesting. It makes your walls all the more valuable. You want to keep them up, whereas before you could like re-wall back behind them and like boom in the little areas that you get from the bugged maps, if you will. But I find a lot of the X-Pax changes actually don't affect this matchup very much. Like they would affect an Aztec matchup because Aztec monks get nerfed a little bit and carry time and whatever, but these two civs haven't been impacted by the X-Pax changes really.
Yeah. I didn't get to look at the wide variety of changes made to all the civilizations, like specifically, but I did look at some of the broader changes and the more interesting things there. I really like it, like especially the maps. Like if you look at some of the maps that are just never played at this level, like
Yeah.
the ones that include water, like what is it, Salt Marsh and things like that, because it's just so unfair. Like the X patch does change that. If you guys are interested in seeing screenshots or getting any information on this, you can type X patch in the chat right now if you are watching on Twitch. But we are getting to the point where players will click up to the Castle Age. Again, if you're watching on my stream, I will have to fix it for the next game, but I don't have the researches showing up on the right side. You can only see the populations on the bottom. But Dave will fill us in on the uptimes and what is happening there.
Look at Dracont. He's like, okay, you lamed my deer. I'm gonna try and push one of your deer over to my. So he's taking his deer. He's also got 4 on stone, which indicates that he's gonna go for a castle drop on probably
Yeah.
the forward gold of metal, and that'll be interesting. I don't know. Oh, metal just found a sheep in the back. Wow.
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier. It looks like he's okay because he had the deer. I wonder if Dracont's actually going to castle drop, or oftentimes he may place it defensively and then that'll allow him to boom behind it, because if Meadow does go monks, then the monks will be unable to do anything. So we'll have to see what happens here, guys. This is the interesting with Arena, though it's very slow. At this point, players have already decided what they're going to do, and they're going to need a little bit of scouting to see what the other players are going to do as well.
Yeah, the defensive castle only works if metal goes monks. Because if they're both going boom and he puts a defensive castle down and maybe a few janissaries, the Japanese late game will almost always beat the Turkish late game.
Yeah. I feel like there's no other option for metal, to be honest, than monks, because I just can't think of any other option for him, Dave. Like if he goes with maybe an archery range and tries to get some crossbows out to get a little bit of map control, get some relics, the relics are too far apart, and it's not going to do anything against Janissary. So I feel like he needs to go monks, and being a better arena player, I feel like that would make more sense. But we'll have to pay attention to the resources of Dracont. He's going up a little bit later, and
People will question how I found those sheeps. I just took a lucky guess. I mean,
oh, the chat.
Like logically they would be in the back because they can't be in the trees, they can't be too far away from his base, and he scouted everything.
Yeah.
But like he's been accused of spec cheating stuff before with Stefan HD, who's in the spectator thing. So everyone is looking at them very closely at the moment, and he has to explain all of his actions.
And it's funny because he's saying it, he's trying to trigger somebody. He's trying to be a bit of a troll, and it is funny. Again, guys, I'll page up so you can see it in the chat. Thanks so much, Wolfshade Gamer, for the donation. You can see the chat right there at the top left. And Dracont says, so smart, which is a bit of a smart response.
I think Metal is going for monks. You could see 4 more villagers. His uptime is really good, actually. It's 1506. Yeah. He's going to get up to Castle Age. 1557 for Dracont. So it looks like Dracont is going to go with the defensive castle, although he does have 4 on gold. So is he planning on going defensive castle Janissaries?
Well, defensive. The problem with an offensive castle, at this level, it can be stopped with maybe a tower, right? Or a monk, the scout. I mean, so many things can happen. At a lower level, of course, castle drops do work, but I feel like it's a risk at this level. I rarely see it. So with 4 on gold, maybe he will go with a monastery, go and get as many relics as possible, and maybe go aggressive because the bases are so small.
Yeah, he needs to. It looks like he's got a scout chilling near the relic on the south side. He's been wandering around there for a while, so he's gonna try and deny Metal from taking that. Metal is going with a monastery, only 1 at the moment.
He's building a gate, which indicates he wants to push out fast through that side. He does not want to waste any time running to the left-hand side where both of his gates were generated from the very beginning. You can see both players have their scouts, and oh man, who's going to win this one?
Oh, the Turks is going to win it. That's who's going to win it.
Exactly. you know what? I didn't think about it.
Huge. That is huge, getting that light cav upgrade there, especially in Monk Wars. And they actually, one thing X-Patch did, I can't even say X-Patch. I keep saying X-Pass.
I know, it's hard to say, isn't it?
One thing they did was they fixed the scout bonus against monks with relics, because when a monk was carrying a relic before, the scout bonus against monks did not apply.
Yeah, I
They
did.
did fix that.
There
So
are
you'll
some
see
other
the monks
interesting
with
things they
relics.
changed as well. I encourage you guys to look at the list. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. The best one is Dark Age transport ships. we played
Yeah.
we played Europe with that X patch and it was a nightmare.
Well, it looks like Metal has one relic, and he's going for 3 monasteries, so I think he will be on 1 TC for a very long time with so much gold back at home. Meanwhile, Dracont still does not have his castle, but he is building on the front, right in the middle of his stone and gold. Metal's pushing that light cav away. I think Dracont knows he can't engage with that. He doesn't want to give that away for free. He's going to run back to his base. But it looks like Dracont's going to boom up a bit behind his castle. At least on 2 TCs. And try and do something with the Janissaries. But the thing is, if you're good at Monk Micro, because they have that 1 extra range, you can even pick off Janissaries, especially with so many monks coming out from Metal.
And the Janissaries, like, they're not accurate.
Yeah.
Not at all. They're like
So again,
Fernando Torres of AOC units.
Fernand don't score as. Oh man, good times, good times. I remember all that. Things have changed now. You need to sign him again. But anyway.
Oh, dangerous, dangerous. Metal's got to notice this fast before he dies.
Well, looks like he has noticed it, but neither player has lost anything here. And Metal actually noticed the castle with his scout as he was chasing the light cav, and somehow kept that scout alive. It was really close to that castle. Really
That
good
scout's
awareness.
very important for him. It'll give him map information, and it'll cost him a lot to make another one or convert that light cav. So I think having the scout out in front of the monks, he can warn them before they hit the Janissaries and not run into them. So it's very important he keeps that alive.
I feel like the one thing Metal's thinking about is the late game and how maybe if he gets these relics, he can have a better shot as he gets conversion. The unit goes down, but he definitely has the map control right now, Dave. So with
the
2
problem
relics,
here is that
what's
third
his plan?
TC is coming up for Dracont, and Metal hasn't done any damage. And
well,
like it's 49 villagers to 37 at the moment.
Okay,
and
so this
Dracont is getting a relic as well.
This is what I love about Arena. So Metal came out here, 3 monasteries, did a little bit of harassment, but he's on his way to the Imperial Age. Exactly. And you know what? If you look back at his base, he's on stone. So I assume he's going to go monks and trebs. And what does Dracont have right now for military? It's just Janissaries. And you create Janissaries out of the castle. So if that gets trebbed down, this is a brilliant play from Metal.
Yeah, and once block printing comes in, those Janissaries are useless. Basically, as long as Metal's on his game. So sending out villagers to make a barracks. Interesting decision. Making more monks, and now he's gonna build a castle.
Alright, well. It's obvious what Metal wants to do. What will Dracont do? He's still making Janissaries, and he's going to be in the Castle Age for quite some time. So oftentimes we see this in Arena, where your opponent goes up fast Imp or early Imperial Age, and you have the economy, but you need to find a way to push it back. If you're Dracont, what should you be thinking about? Assuming you even know what Metal's going to do, what should you be thinking about?
I would be looking at the score and going, I have way more villagers. Just need to defend until my economy can catch up. Maybe get fortified wall, and then repair that castle as long as I possibly can.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe if he can repair the castle for a while, because he does have a lot of extra villagers. He almost has double the amount of villagers, so he can afford to repair it. Buy himself some time. He's just now building a barracks, so he might be going for stable to do something. I just don't know. There's the stable now, and Imperial Age upgrade is in for Metal, which will mean he will now be going with the Trebuchet and all the monk upgrades. So this is where the action starts, guys.
Illumination and block printing. Japanese monks are very, very, very strong. See how long they range that Janissary? Like, it doesn't even have a chance,
Yeah.
man. Once block printing comes in, it's just +3 added onto that. It's crazy. And a Treb out now. First Treb for Metal.
Well,
Dracont
Dracont
really has
is...
to be careful not to let that castle go down, man.
Well, he has the stone to repair it for a while, but he doesn't have the amount of villagers he would need, and also his castle does not have the
fletching.
range to attack. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the monks outrange the castle, so the monks can actually
Oh no.
just convert the villagers that are right there. And he's converted too. Now, I saw
Get
stables go
fletching,
up for
dude.
Dracont, but is that going to be enough? Like, what can he do against this?
Well,
he's going
he's
to go for
getting
light cav.
Bloodlines, and he got the armor upgrade, so he's going for light cav now. You know what? If he builds up like, oh look at Metal already predicting this. He's got 5 spearmen.
Yeah. So he's going to go light cav. Still, if you look at the eco, Metal has 36 villagers. Basically an
Dracont's got
idle
80.
TC back at home. Dracont has 80, so Dracont knows he has the economy going for him. He needs to keep this castle up, otherwise bad news. I think Dracont can do this if he just buys himself some more time.
Yeah, if he doesn't panic and puts like 6 more villagers to repairing that castle. The problem is his repair villagers keep getting converted.
Yeah.
Oh no, the castle's gonna go down so easily, man.
It's gone down. And right now he has about 7, 8, 9 light cav, and I don't know if that's going to be enough. The Janissaries are there still.
Ooh, a
Micro's still
ram,
going
I
to be
love
really
that
important.
decision. Rams,
Yeah, the ram's
love it.
nice too.
To hit those
Explain, yeah.
trebuchets,
sick.
and the monks can't convert the rams unless they're standing right next to them. So if the rams go after the trebuchets, the pikemen can be destroyed by the janissaries from range, and the light cav can come around and try and screw the monks.
Still, you have to think that Dracont should have an opportunity here, but he's getting pushed back further and further, and there's not much space left for him to run.
I think he's got to pick
pushed
his
out to the
fight
right.
wisely, though. And he's going
Yeah.
right now.
He's going to have to delete his walls when he does take that fight.
Yeah. He needs to do it in the right order. You got to send the rams first, pick off the pikemen with the janissaries, and then go in with the light cav while the rams are trying to be converted by the monks.
That's a lot of monks, though. That is a lot of monks.
But he's not fighting together. He's just sending in. What is he doing? He's lost that relic. I think Metal's gonna steal it.
Yep, most likely. The longer
I
this
guess-
goes on, Metal should be able to build up his economy a bit in the Imperial Age. But saying that, I mean, last time I looked,
38
everything's idle.
villagers. He's not paying attention to his
He doesn't
economy.
even care.
He's trying to get enough stone for another castle, basically. Oh, knights now from Dracont. And just... I don't know,
And
man.
crossbow. And crossbow. He's researching crossbow right now and making some archers. But he doesn't have fletching. He doesn't have the resources anymore. His economy's been pushed back. I don't know if he has enough.
I don't know, 82 vills and they're all working, basically.
The
So
second
I-
this castle goes up...
Oh, big
Dracont's-
fight. Here we go. Here we go. Delete the wall.
Oh.
Get the walls out of there, Dracont. Get all of the walls out of there.
He hasn't deleted them yet. He's gonna lose so many light cap to conversions. The Maganel's behind for Metal as well.
I don't know. I think he's winning this, though.
But I think there's just too many light cap for Metal to handle, and not many conversions are coming in right now. Castle's halfway up. Not many pikemen left either. Janissaries are behind. Crossbows coming in. The castle
Gotta
will
make
go
sure
down
all
even if
those
it goes
monks
up.
go down. Yeah.
I think
Pikemen
Dracont
can
has won this.
survive, but the monks have to go down. What a battle here. Oh my goodness.
Had he deleted the walls a little bit earlier, it would have been much better. But
Actually, I think the walls actually
It's-
helped him in the end because the pikemen were stuck behind. I think
Oh,
the
that's a
walls
good
may
point.
have helped him.
well, maybe that's what he was thinking, but after that fight, Metal has nothing left, and Metal had a wonderful idea, but he couldn't execute, and Dracont now has, well, he can do anything he wants, really. Look at the population difference, 86 vills to 32. Crazy.
I think Dracont may have gotten heresy there when I didn't notice. Because I didn't see any of the units get converted to Metal's side. Watch, we'll see. We'll see what happens this night.
Oh, he deleted
Yeah.
it.
I don't know because
You
they
don't
had
know
the
if he
conversion
deleted it.
sound. No, I heard the conversion sound.
Oh,
I'm on
really? Okay, I was on
point of view.
Dracont.
He
Huh.
got heresy before that fight, which was it's expensive. It's 1,000 gold, but it is an amazing technology against that many monks.
Dang, I'm glad you said that because I missed it without the dashboard working. I should have
Well, I
switched to
missed it
overlay.
even with the overlay
Yeah,
working, so I
so
guess I suck.
so guys, if you don't know what heresy is, if you research heresy and someone converts one of your units, it dies, which is really important actually, because then Metal doesn't have that unit to fight with, and Metal obviously did not have much in the way of economy, and if he lost his push, it was over for him.
He's at 35 villagers.
This is awful, man.
Dracont's at 97, and Metal's trying to put a second TC down. Oh man.
I mean, at this point, Dracont should be pushing out, in my opinion, with the crossbows and the battering rams instead of sitting back at his base, but he definitely has a big advantage.
Oh geez, all his gold mining villagers dying. Metal has every single one of those monks on a different control group. So he just
And
cycles 1 through 6 and converts.
yep,
And I'm sorry,
we'll
but
see
they're
if they
probably
die.
gonna die to the light cab. Yeah, because he has heresy. So they're just gonna one of them is just gonna end up clearing up that whole
Yep.
thing. Or 6.
Brilliant, brilliant from Dracont. Look at this. Metal's got to be thinking about calling the GG right now. Yeah, you can see his light cap go down once they're converted.
It's such
Really
a
good
good
upgrade.
tech, that heresy tech, if your opponent invests so much in monks. But it's
You
so
rarely see
expensive.
it. Yeah.
It's so expensive. It's 1,000 gold. There's a reason it's 1,000 gold.
Yeah. You rarely see it, so we didn't even think about it. I think this castle will now go down. Metal's gonna make some samurai. But as he's making samurai, he's on 47 population. He doesn't have the eco to make
43
a fourth
village.
samurai. Like, it's so
Yeah.
bad for him. And of course, samurai get shredded by crossbows. He has no upgrades for infantry, as far as I
It's
know.
over, man. It's over.
It is over, yes. Game 1 is over. It will go
Like,
to Dracont.
his economy's a mess still. Like his wood line, he had about 10 idle villagers. Like he's dropping a siege workshop in his base. It's just once
Well,
the push
there's the
fails,
samurai.
you almost have to call it.
Yep, exactly. You stick to a strategy. If it doesn't work, low eco, you have nothing left. Metal, I guess, is trying to boom up now. You can see he added TCs. Maybe he would try and defend with monks, but I don't see
The
that
villager
working.
count is 110 to 49 at the moment.
Yeah, Dracont will click up to imp in a moment. Sorry, guys. I'm sick. Bear with me. And that should be coming now. And then Dracont can do anything he wants. Not to mention he can raid right now as well. So, next game, I believe, I don't have the settings in front of me, they're on the overlay, I believe they swap civs. So, that's going to be interesting. I feel like Metal could have done a little bit better from a situation early imp this game, but as Turks, what do you think Metal will do in game 2? Obviously, we have to look at maps.
I don't know what meta.
Obviously, we have to look at maps, so just trying to talk about something.
Well, the map's gonna be pretty even, so
Yeah.
I think Metal would go for a fast imp with Turks. I think
That's
he'd
my
go
guess as
for
well.
a monks into fast imp.
If there's one thing we know about Metal, it's that he doesn't like economy. So
He's
fast
not gonna
imp-
sit behind his walls and boom. That's for
exactly. So Dracont will do that if he has an opportunity. Metal will not. That will be a theme of this best of 9. So I think we will see a fast imp, but Dracont right now
is just taking it slow. He's savoring the moment. Like, but I don't know. Like, he's just gotta.
I don't like
provide
it,
the
to be
finishing
honest.
blow.
Yeah, I don't like how hesitant he's being. I mean, still, I think he will win because of the map control and the resources he has and the population difference, but I don't like it. If Metal had a little bit more of a foothold in this game, he could be allowing him some time to come back into this. But still, it's obvious to me that Dracont will win. The resources he has, once he hits imp, bombard cannons, hand cannons, janissaries, I mean, he can do anything he wants. 3,000 gold, 800 wood, 700 food. Meanwhile, Metal, 20 gold, 300 wood, 300 food, still not calling it. And of course the free Hussar upgrade comes in as well.
He's got Janissaries coming out. Why not some Trebs and just finish her off? I guess he's getting capped Ram right now, so he's gonna go with the Siege Ram to clear all that stuff up. Plate Parting Armor coming in as well. He just collected his 3rd relic. He actually cleared the stone to get that. So he's got 4,000 gold. I don't really think Turks with 4,000 gold can lose in this situation.
Yeah, I agree. So we're just waiting for Metal now. Does he have enough units to fight this crossbows?
He's got
No?
3 Mangonels in his base. We'll
3
see how they do
Mangonels, and he
against
does have
Hussar.
some. He has Arbalest coming in and some crossbows in those ranges, but of course the Rams will be perfect for taking down those archery ranges. And there's the GG. All right, that's game 1, and well played by Dracont. That was really
good
well
play
played.
to get Heresy. Good play
Yeah.
to wait and wait and wait until he can win that fight and get Heresy as well.
That was
It was
smart thinking
all
for
that
sure.
one fight. The whole game came down to that.
Okay, so there's the units killed, the units lost, buildings razed. All that was really important was the choice of strategy and the execution. You could say that for any game, but I think in Arena it's more obvious because Metal went on 1 TC, low eco, and the moment he lost his push, it was over. But I find it very interesting. You can see Dracont had more eco, like I said. And yeah, guys, we're going to get into the next game now.